Last week on Legally Kidnapped.
Good evening. Our top story this week. The state of Florida takes the spotlight this week while DCF is claiming that the death of Nubia Barona has led to changes that will save other children, while taking the blame for the death of a 13-month-old in a failure to protect case. People in Miami are afraid to rat their friends and neighbors out to the child abuse hotline for fear of government intervention. And DCF posts kids for sale ads on Twitter. Florida foster contractor mistakenly misspent $400,000, which DCF wants back. Two Fort Myers DCF supervisors are demoted for creating a hostile work environment. A pissed-off parent gets shot at a school when he showed up angry because child welfare officials wouldn't let them give him his kid back. And massive amounts of antipsychotics are being pumped into Florida's jailed for trouble kids. Children's Rights is accusing Mississippi of failing to implement a computer system to keep track of foster kids. Connecticut is still losing foster families for failing to provide the proper support services in violation of a children's rights settlement. And Oklahoma has spent $4.2 million of taxpayer money defending their child welfare system against a class action lawsuit brought on by Children's Rights since April of 2008. New Jersey considers a bill to open up adoption records to adult adoptees, and U.S. doctors are going up against Ronald McDonald and the Happy Meal toy in a campaign to stop the fast food chain from marketing unhealthy food to children. In California this week, the social services director gets hired on at a salary of $1.25 million a year, and the Los Angeles County CEO loses control of the Department of Children and Families. In Ohio, a group is using the death of a 3-year-old boy in foster care to change the laws, including making foster parents accused of murder automatically eligible for the death penalty. A Columbia University professor sets out to disprove a long-held belief among American child welfare workers by proving that children actually do sometimes lie about sexual abuse. And Ohio considers a bill that would prevent loss of child custody during military service. More fathers in Delaware are getting custody of the kids these days. People are stealing the identities of Rhode Island's foster children. And thanks to a glitch in the computer system, foster parents in Tennessee didn't get their money this month. In Northern Ireland, victims of institutional child abuse are now demanding justice. Amnesty International is demanding that Ireland take action to fix its child welfare system. India adopts U.S. ways where wives are falsely accusing their husbands of abuse in divorce cases so that they can have the upper hand in child custody proceedings. And a 17-year-old Indian girl was raped by her foster father repeatedly over the last 2 years. Japan joins a global custody pact amidst foreign pressure on Tokyo that some say allows Japanese mothers to too easily take the kids away from their fathers. And in Malaysia, 20 kids are killed after a landslide buries their orphanage. In Australia this week, 3 siblings are all ripped from their foster home in the middle of the night and sent to separate locations. In Canada, a couple from Ontario would love to adopt the kids they've been fostering for 10 years, but can't because they'd lose the money. The former foster parent of the year who was busted for sexually abusing boys in his care has even more charges laid against him as another kid comes forward. And in British Columbia, the children of anonymous sperm donors will soon be able to find out who their fathers are. In England this week, the UK launches a text messaging service so that you can easily rat out your friends and neighbors. London can't provide adequate housing for all of the kids they've been snatching. And faith-based adoption services are being forced to choose between serving gay couples and the teachings of their church. A mother flees to Ireland to give birth to her baby that was targeted for forced adoption by British social workers, who are all threatening to quit over the bureaucracy, except in Birmingham, where everybody wants to be a social worker, probably because that's the only place where the jobs are these days. In entertainment news this week, Sugar Ray Leonard says he was sexually abused by his Olympic coach. Kelsey Grammer from the hit TV show Frasier is going to fight for custody of his kids, and his ex is going to fight like hell against it. Nick Cannon says that Mariah Carey did not abuse alcohol while breastfeeding, and the marriage of Arnold Schwarzenegger and Maria Shriver is about to be terminated after it is revealed that Arnold has a 10-year-old illegitimate kid from an affair with a housekeeper. A woman from Alaska is accused of abusing her 6 adopted children over the last 10 years. In Nevada, a group home operator gets a suspended sentence and 5 years probation for Medicaid fraud. A 4-year-old dies in the Illinois foster care system. A mother from Michigan is on the run with her baby who social workers want to snatch. The Las Vegas couple wants an apology regarding a disagreement with the hospital who wrongfully reported them to Child Protective Services. And finally, tonight, a worker from Ohio was suspended with pay after police intervened in a neglect case where the worker visited 2 days before but did nothing. For these stories and all the latest dirt on the child protective industry, visit www.legallykidnapped.com. And until next week, this is Baby LK, over and out.